Hi everybody and welcome back to Crypto Mastery. So today we're on day 9 of the 12 days of the Metaverse Christmas, and I wanted to focus on something slightly different. I wanted to focus on a bit of an education piece, but also to share a live experience almost of what it's like to try and get in on one of these like hot IDO kind of DEX launches. How fast do you need to be? Does it even work? And I'll be focusing on Metagods, as that is going to be released in around about 15 minutes on PancakeSwap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record my experience as I try to invest $100 under 100 BUSD into Metagods on the DEX launch. Then as a community, we can look in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months time and say, well, where did that investment go? How much did $100 make us? Did it make us the return we expected? And really go through this experiment as a community. So before I begin, I'll just say, again, I'm not a financial advisor, so you invest money where you see fit, where you think the right investment is. And please do hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, because it really does help us as a channel kind of grow and as a community start to kind of build that wealth together moving forward. So let's get into it and let's look at a DEX launch for Metagods. Hi everybody, before we jump right into the video, I just wanted to quickly say that I'm going to apologize up front. I forgot to deselect the computer audio during recording, and because I had my Telegram open, it was basically going wild on another project I'm watching. So all of the notifications, the dings in the background seem to have been captured and pulled through onto the video. So really sorry. It is annoying. I've watched it back, but the content in this video is really valuable if you want to buy in on these DEX launches. So please do bear with it. Keep watching the content, see the experience, because it's super valuable. And yeah, I'll remember this for kind of future videos moving forward. So let's get into it. Hey everyone, so let's first take a quick look at the Metagods website. So if you haven't already heard of Metagods, Metagods was really another kind of, hot IDO to get in on. Unfortunately, with just setting up the channel, I didn't really have time to share this fast enough. But, based on where we are, based on the fact that the DEX launch is going to be happening in effectively 11 minutes from the time of this recording right now, on PancakeSwap, what I wanted to do is just to share that experience, because I've gone through it a few times already with a few other DEX launches, and it's not been smooth sailing. And maybe it's the fact that I'm not doing something correctly, or maybe I wasn't fast enough, or the fact that the demand's so high, or there could be like bots that are just in there and buying immediately. I don't know, but it's not been a smooth experience to date. So I thought what I'd do is share my experience, get feedback from the community as well, and to figure out how I could maybe improve that experience moving forward. But what I did want to do is just secure maybe $100 investment in something like Metagods, see where that takes us as a community, a bit of an experiment around gamifying the metaverse over a 3-month period, and see if it yields any profit, if it yields the profit we expect. I mean, from looking at the DEX launches before, what will tend to happen is that there'll be a ridiculous amount of demand for this. So the price will shoot up, and then it will stabilize, right? So it'll probably go to an all-time high immediately, and then it will stabilize. So like from what I've seen, you either buy it really quickly and get in there, or you wait till it pumps and stabilizes a little bit and then get some. But we'll see how the experience goes. We'll walk through a bit of the setup, what I'm doing to get this in place. So I'm not going to do too much of a walkthrough of Metagods itself. I can always do that at some other point. I'm going to focus on the DEX experience at launch for now. So as I said, it's launching on 2 exchanges, PancakeSwap, MEXC Global. I'm going to focus on PancakeSwap. It's what I use more regularly. It's what I'm comfortable with, and I've got BUSD, so it just makes it simple for me. If we look over at PancakeSwap, you can see I've kind of already got a little bit set up. I've made sure I've got 105 BUSD in here in order to invest. But what I'll do is I'll round it off. I'll say I want to do $100 investment. Currently, there's no balance of the MGOD token. Well, because obviously it hasn't launched yet. It will be launching soon. Now, how did I get this set up in this way? The first thing I did is I went over to CoinMarketCap. Now, it's super critical that you get contract addresses for any kind of exchange, for anything you want to buy on a DEX from an official source. So think about the two most like trusted official sources that I would probably use are CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. So for instance, if we were to go to CoinMarketCap and we were to search for Metagods, we would see that the Metagods MGOD token shows up. We can go on it. It will load the page, and here you'll have the contract address. Now what you need to do is copy this, go back to PancakeSwap, go in here. Oh, sorry, not this one, because that's the one you're selling. In here, and paste the address. It will then import it for you, and you've imported the correct contract address for basically exchanging the tokens. Now, the reason I'm stressing this is there's so many scams out there. There's so many fake contract addresses that look legitimate, that aren't legitimate, and you could be stung very easily by just pasting a wrong contract address in. You could pump $1,000, whatever it is, into this, and basically you've bought fake tokens, right, which will then be dumped afterwards and you lose your investment. So always be sure you've double and triple checked and verified that contract address. If you need to do it across both CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, do that for extra security. And then the next thing I'd look at is, how do I want to set up this trade, right? So as I said, I've been stung a little bit before. I was stung with the Meta VPAD piece. I lost out early on that. So I want to make sure I've set up everything correctly. So, okay, a couple of things, like I come into the settings, I've set my default transaction speed. Basically, higher speed equals higher fees, but I don't care. So I want instant, I want 7. The slippage, which basically setting a higher slippage tolerance can help transactions succeed, but you may not get such a good price. So use this with caution. So I'm gonna focus on having a 12% slippage fee, right? So like, you can lower it down, but what I've learned from these DEX launches is if you lower it down, the likelihood of your transaction succeeding kind of dramatically goes down with it. So be very cautious. Make sure you're setting that right kind of slippage tolerance. And then basically, I believe that's it, right? So I could set this higher. 12% seems pretty good for a lot of this stuff. You know, I'm going to put it on instant, set it as fast as I can. I've got everything in my wallet. I'm going to do 100. So I believe I'm pretty much set up to go for the token launch, which now happens in, let's go to the official source, 6 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold us on this page. I'm going to come back with probably about like a minute to go. We'll then look at this. We'll see what happens when obviously the countdown finishes, when we see this go live. And then let's see if I'm able to get a good price on some MGOD tokens. So I will see you in a few minutes. So welcome back. We are about a minute to go. Yeah, it's always quite nerve-wracking when you're so close to one of these DEX launches. Also, probably because I'm recording this whole experience as well. So, you know, if I mess up, I mess up. But let's see. We've got 38 seconds left. Obviously, still not going to see anything from a PancakeSwap perspective. But yeah, let's just wait and see, right? So I want obviously share this countdown experience with you as well to see what happens when the DEX goes live. So 20 seconds. I can obviously also see their Telegram channel when they shared their 5 minutes to go. Obviously, as soon as it launches, they've probably got an auto alert ready to go out on Telegram, Twitter, and everything to say we're now live. But let's go back over to the exchange because only 3 seconds left. We'll go here. And we'll go here. And as soon as it becomes active, we're going to try and to do a trade as quick as possible. So in theory, we should be seeing this come alive, right? I can't see it. Maybe I need to switch over. No, still can't see any balance. It's interesting. We're obviously over time. I can see they've already shared the fact that they're saying it's live via the Metagods announcement channels. But I can't see any balance or liquidity on PancakeSwap yet, which is very strange. Okay, so still nothing up. They're saying it's live, but I can't see it. They've shared the contract address, which is .b3, which I believe, yeah, .b3, which is the same as there. But it's still not showing up, which is strange. I've seen this before on other exchanges where, yeah, but usually on PancakeSwap, you'd see that obviously the balance would be pretty instant and would be able to see it. But yeah, can't see anything. Can try switching again to see if that helps. Still zero balance. Oh, here we go. So swap. I mean, I probably swapped at an awful rate because it obviously went live very late, so it's probably maxed out to its all-time high, which is a bit of a, like, yeah, a bit of a shame. It's like dropping in. It's obviously, saying that, it's gone up quite high, right? So it's still dropping. Just give me a warning there for some reason. So I actually failed the swap. Now, yeah, I have no idea why. And, you know, do I really want to buy it at this price now? I mean, its launch price was supposed to be, let's take a look. I think, it's not going to say here, but 0.045 it was supposed to launch at. Now, the problem with this is that, you know, if you can't even get in on it, I mean, the all-time high for this is just going to go ridiculous, right? It's already trading very high. So what I don't want to do is get stung on it. So I don't know whether CoinMarketCap, excuse me, has any updated information around this. No, probably not yet. Very reluctant because I know it'll stabilize again. You can see just from this now how it is stabilizing, right? So $100, you now get you 12, whereas a few seconds ago it got you 10, right? Excuse me, I wonder where it stabilizes to. So yeah, I'm not too sure what to do about this one. Obviously, I wanted to invest early, but I also wanted to show you where it's like to get in one of these kind of DEX launches. Now, the price obviously isn't the price at launch. Like, you could see the initial price that when this, like, I first saw this on this platform, it was already at 5 BUSD, right? So it was already a 5 BUSD. Now, the launch price they were saying it was going to be launched at was 0.045 BUSD. So that's already 100x, right? That's already 100x up on what they're saying it was going to be launched at versus what I could get it at. I mean, which just seems ridiculous, really, that, like, I don't know, you're unable to obviously buy it that quickly at that price. As soon as it became available on here, the price was instantly 5. As far as I'm aware, I could never see it at 0.045. So I don't know whether it just, the launch was slightly delayed on PancakeSwap, and if you went over to, Mexi Global, that the price, it obviously was launched more seamlessly on there, which meant that people were already buying in that 30-40 seconds, which had driven up the price dramatically. Because I will say, the first DEX it launches on, as soon as people start buying, that dictates the increase in price and the demand. So unless they're both seamless and they both release at the same time, you're going to start to see price action like this happen. It seems to be floating around kind of, 10 BUSD, which is actually great for the people who actually got in the IDO, because when you look at this, then, you would have got a really good price on the IDO, kind of considering where the price of this one is at the moment. So I did really want to invest $100, but given the price action of where this is, I think it's hitting an all-time high because of the launch, and I think it will lower again and we'll be able to get in at a better price. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just halt the video here for now. I will return to this video and I'll give it around maybe like 4 hours, right? I'll give it 4 hours for it to stabilize after launch. And then let's see what we could end up with after 4 hours. Let's see what the price is, given the fact that it seems to be spiking at the moment. So bear with me on this one. What I will do is I will go away. I'll pause it right now. We'll revisit it in 4 hours and we'll see what that looks like. So check in soon. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. So I dropped off. I've left it around 4 hours to come back to this video. As I said, didn't really want to buy at that price point. I was nervous that, it really wouldn't be worth kind of the exercise overall. I would like to see, if you get in after the DEX, how much can these kind of tokens rise longer term? And I felt that it was just being pumped so high, there was no way that we weren't going to see a correction or a shortfall straight after. And lo and behold, I was right. So if we take a quick look at this, obviously we look back at the website at the moment. Excuse me, we can quickly see that now the website's been updated. So they're saying, Mgods is now listed, so you can buy on PancakeSwap or Mexi Global. And then obviously got the links directly to each and the contract addresses to go and buy. Now, if we go back and look at PancakeSwap, we can see quite a different picture to what we had earlier today. So earlier today, it was quite high, right? I think just reflecting back on some of the numbers, I think that when I first saw this listed, and you were all here with me on the video, it hit the deadline. At 12 o'clock, the release price for this was going to be released at 0.045. That was the DEX release price. Now, the first time it showed up for me on mine, the price was already way higher than that. So I checked back, and the price when it hit on that video was 4.13 BUSD. It's the first time I saw it, the first time I could jump in and try to buy some, which I did, probably sillily seeing it arrive at that price. But I thought, hey, well, I'll give it a go. I'll show the community how these things work and to see if we can successfully buy at that price. Even at that price, you could quickly see that it was difficult to lock in, right? I'd set all of my stuff up on here, so basically trying to make the transactions as fast as possible. So instant transaction, 12% slippage fee. I mean, I could have increased this even more, but it just started to get a bit ridiculous. So tried to get in at the early price, tried to get in on that DEX, and the transaction still failed, fortunately, right? So it failed, fortunately, in kind of my case for this. So, yeah, if we look at this, then, you know, let's go over to kind of CoinMarketCap, right? So at the time when it's first released, they haven't got much data on these things because they're still collecting it from the exchanges and they're still pulling it in. But what we can quickly see is this information, right? So this is quite interesting. So this basically shows you the increase and then the fall off in price. Now, it kind of says that it started at around $3.3, something like that. I mean, I would disagree, and I would say that actually when I saw it on PancakeSwap, it was actually 4.13. So I don't know. The data here looks a little bit strange because it was definitely up at that price, and it went much higher than that as well. So I don't know why it's not reflected here that it actually went much higher than they're saying their high here was, which was around about 3.47. Definitely went higher than that. I'll scrub back through the video, and in the description down below, I'll put down the highest price point that it got to on PancakeSwap at DEX launch. And then obviously the starting price, which was 4.13 BUSD. So still much higher than they're actually recording here. Maybe it's because they're recording it from a certain point in time, which I believe is 1212. Which is obviously, that's the first piece of kind of data they've pulled in. Obviously, that's 12 minutes after the DEX launch, 12 minutes after all of those exchanges have been selling them. So actually over here, the price would have been much greater. Even from this point, though, you can see that obviously it did a little bit of a raise here. And then it fell right off dramatically, right? It fell right the way down. And it started to stabilize around about the dollar mark, right? It dips above and below, but it started to ebb and flow around about the dollar mark, which is interesting. So what I'll do is let's go and take a look at PancakeSwap to see how much you can actually get for your money right now. So I can get 111. So let's trade it, right? Let's see where it gets to. I wanted to run this experiment as a community. I can always give these tokens away as a community giveaway at some point. But let's take a look. Let's confirm it. There you go. I mean, I pretty much probably guarantee that the transaction will go through this time. Not like before, right? I could have, yeah, look, transaction complete. It's crazy. Whereas before, I was obviously struggling with it and it failed because there's such high demand. And I don't know whether it's something to do with maybe there's bots on the platform. They're buying and selling quickly to make a quick turnaround on these coins as they release. Some DEX releases come in with a no-sell policy. So as you buy, you then can't sell for X amount of minutes or hours afterwards to I guess, force the bots from coming in to artificially elevate the price and then dump a load of tokens to kind of do a sell-off immediately after. Before I close out, I quickly wanted to pull together some stats, right? Because it's important to look at this stuff when you're buying on a DEX release, because I've seen this twice now. In fact, no, probably more than that, probably at least 3 or 4 times. But twice that it stuck in my mind, this experience. So the original kind of, I've put IDO price there, but actually, let me correct that because I'm using this sheet from another place. It's actually, this is the DEX price, right? So the DEX price that was shared via all of their community channels and everywhere that I could see was going to be 0.045 as an initial DEX offering price. Now, let's be realistic. You're never going to buy at that price because, I don't know, I've never seen you've been able to get in on that fast, buy at that price. There's always been slight delays. I think one thing that really hampered the pancake swap piece was there seemed to be a delay between when they said it was going to be launched and when it actually became available on pancake swap. I'm also going to put that in the description down below because that time difference is critical at launch. So critical. And it's unfortunate that I don't know whether that was caused by pancake swap or that was caused by Metagods themselves, but that's really bad, right? Anyone waiting on pancake swap to get in, it's awful that we have to wait an additional couple of minutes because the price just shoots up. But if that was the original price, the first price I saw it at on pancake swap was 4.13 BUSD. Now, given what they said it was going to be launched at and what it first appeared at, that's a 9,000% difference. 9,000%. It's crazy. It's like just ridiculous. They're saying there's going to be a DEX launch. You can get in on it. There's loads of hype. It's great. But if the first time you get an opportunity to buy on it, there's a 9,000% difference, then you really have to stop for a second and almost fight the urge to get in on the hype and that FOMO and just settle into it and say, well, actually, that's already hyped at that point. So why don't I wait and let the market settle slightly? I think even when I looked and I tried to do a purchase at that price, I was only going to end up with something like 25 tokens or something like that, which was obviously not a lot. So the price where it currently sits right now, which is actually lower, right? So what did I buy it at? I think let's say I bought it at 0.89. Then basically compared to the DEX price that it was going to be launched at to the price that I just purchased at on PancakeSwap, you're looking at probably 1,877% difference. Which when you look at the two here, there's a massive difference in potential profit and potential loss, right? If that transaction had gone through, I'd have been at least probably 5x in the hole compared to where I am now by purchasing it now. So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one. I wanted to share this experience. I wanted to do it live, so to show you what it's like to be in this situation where you're trying to buy, you think you're setting things up in the right way, transactions fail, prices get hyped. Prices get hyped before they even get to a DEX listing. And then, what should you do as an investor? Should you invest, or do you believe that it's hyped so much that actually there's going to be a quick price correction and it'll go back down and you'll get a better deal? So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, this was a slightly different video, but I wanted to share this because there's two ways to get in early on a project, right? Well, there's actually a few ways, because you've got obviously private investing. If you can get in with one of the kind of VCs, you have pre-sale investments that you can get in now through kind of, certain platforms like, Paid Ignition and so on. You then have the IDOs, the IEOs and so on that you can also get the investment early through that way. And then you have the initial DEX listing, right? Which is another opportunity to get in early on the investment. So I wanted to cover and to share with you as a community what it's like to try and purchase a DEX listing, and to share warts and all kind of what happens in that situation. The price jumps, your transactions fail, loads of stuff going on in the background, and what should you do as an investor to hold tight and to get a good almost stake of the pie, if you like. So I hope you found this useful. I hope it was informative. Please share your thoughts in the comments down below. There'll be more videos like this in the future. I'll try to do other things where I can share live experiences with you as a community. But yeah, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time.